Hey guys, Aaron's Automotive here, and today's going to be just a really quick video of how to mount a tire on a rim by hand without using spoon bars. I don't happen to have any at the moment, so I'm doing it with a tire iron, a jackal, or a high lift, or a widow's maker. They've been nicknamed. I got a set of 4 Goodyear Wrangler Territories used, but got them for a heck of a deal. So can't complain. They're decent tread on them. I don't have a tire depth gauge to actually show, but I'd say 40% at least. These are my old tires. This one was just one I had kicking around right here. But these two were on the front. They're two 35/85/16s. Roughly a 33-inch tire, but they are just completely worn down and unsafe to be driving on in this weather. This one was a rear tire. Now the tread on it's still decent, but why not swap them all to the same size, because the Goodyear Territories there 225/75/16, so they're actually about a 29.5 inch tire. Just give you a quick walk around of the tires on the truck. I've done 3 of them so far. So the front 2 are a little more worn down than the rear 2. Still decent tires. So basically the way I've been doing this is I've got a 20-pound maul. I don't actually have a sledgehammer, but I have a 20... Sorry, nose is running. Actually, just tell the weight on it. It might be a... No, it's a 10-pound maul. Sorry, not 20. It's a 10-pound maul. And basically, all I was doing is we'll take this tire here as an example. It's going to be another one I swap out. This one you can kind of see the curvature in it where the inside belts are blown, and had some fun smoking them. So I'll lay that one down there. Basically what I was doing was taking the stem valve, the core out with my core removal tool, and actually that one stays on the front tire stem valve. And then all I've been doing is taking this maul, you know, the back end of it works as a sledgehammer, and I've been hitting right here on the rim, or not on the rim, on the tire, right near the bead as close as I can. You know, starting off a little farther, working my way closer to the rim until I get the feel of where I'm supposed to be hitting, how I should be swinging it. And then the bead breaks. When the bead doesn't break, doing this with about 4 or 5 hits, then what I'm doing is I'm taking the tire to the back of my truck along with the jack all assembled. I'd place it down here under the hitch, and I'd put the base of the jack all at the bead of the tire and start lifting off the hitch. Eventually it would compress enough that I could smack right near the jack all, right on the bead of the tire, and then break it that way. One tire was giving me issues. I actually spent about 4 hours beating it off the rim because it was so badly rusted onto the rim. That's the only one that's been giving me issues. Each other one has been taking me maybe 20 minutes to do, just because I don't have spoon bars or anything. But I wanted to show you how I'm kind of mounting it. I'm using a tire iron. You know, all I'm doing is taking a hammer and I'm hitting the inside of the bead to get the first portion in. And then for the second part of the bead, I'm using the tire iron. What I'm doing is I'm putting it into the rim, standing on one end, and prying up on it. See if I can do this one-handed. You can see, it's hard to do one-handed, but there. You can see that just went down. Stand on the bead of the tire. That's my shoes. Pull out the tire iron. Move to another spot. same thing. There. And pull out the pry bar or tire iron. Once it gets to the point where it's too hard to do it that way, what I'm doing is taking the pry bar or tire iron, whatever you're going to use, I'm putting it in, and then I'm actually taking the handle portion of the jackall. I slip it onto the pry bar for a little bit more leverage, and then it's as simple as lifting it up and over. Pull out the handle. I can't really do this one-handed, but gonna get the process of it. And then I'll show you how to seat the bead once I've got that done, and we'll pick up there. Alright, so I got it mostly mounted. There's just this little spot right here where it's small enough that I can't get the tire iron over. So what I do then is I take my little framer's hammer. Yes, that's what I'm using for automotive. And I'm just going to work my way around the bead without trying to damage the rim. And there. Just popped into place. Right, now I take my valve core and the valve core removal tool, which like I said stays right on there. And I'm going to put it back in, thread it up. Now, I don't like using ether to air up tire or to seat the beads or starting fluid or anything. I prefer just using the air pressure, and if need be, a big hammer, you know, a 4-pound sledgehammer or a ratchet strap to try and suck the rim down to the bead a little more. And before I air up that tire, what I'm going to do next is remove the air from this tire and get it ready for mounting as well, providing I don't lose a stem valve somewhere. I'll let that drain while we go. I'll put these both into my truck, in my cup holder, so that I'll put those into my cup holder so that I know I've got a stem valve there, and that I know I need to put it back into something. And drop the tailgate. Gonna grab this tire. I'm going to take this tire and put it in the truck, in the box. Take it off. Still good air. Take this big hammer, or maul, axe, whatever you want to call it. Back there. And I'll meet up with you guys at the air hose. I actually have to drive to the gas station because I don't have an air compressor at the moment. You usually do everything with hand tools. But next couple of months I plan on buying an air compressor, make my life a little bit easier. So I'll see you there. Alright, so we're at the gas station, the air hose. Just gonna seat the tire now. And for that, just gonna use some air. You'll watch the bead rise and make a pop sound. front side seated. Just flip this up, I'm gonna flip it up, keeping my hand away from the bead, just because I don't know if it's all seated yet. Looks like it is. So from here, we're gonna just fill it up to 60 psi. With these gas station air compressors, they're usually not the greatest, but they work. I'll come back once it's full. There we go.